The purpose of human life, according to Sri Ramakrishna Paramhansa. He is born in vain, who having attained the human birth, which is so difficult to attain, does not attempt to realize God in this very life. Know the One, and you will know the all. Zeros placed after the figure 1 get the value of hundreds and of thousands, but they become valueless if you remove that figure. The many zeros have value only because of the one. First the one and then the many. So also, first God and then the creature and the world. A newcomer to a city should first secure a comfortable room for his rest at the night, and after keeping his luggage there, he may freely go about the city for sightseeing. Otherwise, later, he may have to suffer much in the darkness of night to get a place for rest. Similarly, after securing his eternal resting place in God, a newcomer to this world can fearlessly move about doing his daily work. Otherwise, when the dark and the dreadful night of death comes over him, he will have to encounter great difficulties and sufferings. One gets reward according to one's thoughts and motives. God is like Kalpataru, the wish-fulfilling tree of heaven mentioned in the Hindu scriptures. Everyone gets from God whatever he seeks. A poor man's son, having received education and become a judge of the High Court by hard work, is apt to think, "Now I am happy. I have reached the highest rung of the ladder. It is all right now." To him God says, "Do thou remain so?" But when the judge of the High Court retires on pension and reviews his past, he understands that he has wasted his life and exclaims, "Alas, what real work have I done in this life?" To him also God says, "Alas, what hast thou done?" There is nothing to be proud of in money. If you say you are rich, there are richer and richer men than you, in comparison with whom you are a mere beggar. After dusk, when the glowworms make their appearance, they think we are giving light to the world. But when the stars begin to twinkle, the pride of the glowworms is humbled. Now the stars begin to think we are illumining the universe. But after a while, the moon ascends the sky, and her silvery light humiliates the stars, and they pale away in sadness. Again, the moon grows proud and thinks that by her light the world is lighted and bathed in beauty. But presently, the dawn declares the rise of the sun on the eastern horizon. And where is the moon now? What is the use of mere book learning? The Pandits may be familiar with plenty of sacred texts and verses, but what is the good of repeating them? One must realize in one's life the truths embodied in the scriptures. Mere reading will not bring knowledge or liberation as long as one is attached to the world, as long as one is fond of lust and greed. The kite and the vulture soar high up in the air, but all the time their eyes remain fixed on charnel houses in search of putrid carcasses. Similarly, the minds of the so-called learned men are attached to the things of the world, to lust and wealth, in spite of their erudition in sacred lore, and hence they cannot attain true knowledge. In a forest full of thorns and bushes, It is impossible to walk barefoot. One can do so if the whole forest is covered with the leather, or if one's own feet are protected with leather shoes. It is impossible to cover the whole forest with leather, so it is wiser to protect one's feet with shoes. Similarly, in this world, man is troubled with innumerable wants and desires, and there are only two possible ways of escape from them. They are either to have all those wants satisfied or to give up all of them. But it is impossible to satisfy all human wants, for with every attempt to satisfy them, new wants arise. So it is wiser to decrease one's wants by cultivating contentment and the knowledge of truth. The human body is like a pot, and the mind, the intellect, and the senses are like the water, rice, and potato. When you place a pot containing water, rice, and potato on fire, they get heated, and if anyone touches them, his finger is burnt, even though the heat does not really belong to the pot, or the water, or the potato, or the rice. Similarly, it is the power of Brahma in man that causes the mind and the intellect and the senses to perform their functions. And when that power ceases to act, these also stop work. A man woke up at midnight and wanted to smoke. Therefore, he looked for some fire, for which he went to a neighbor's house and knocked at the door. Someone opened the door and asked him what he wanted. The man said, "I wish to smoke. Can you give me a little fire?" The neighbor replied, "My God, what is the matter with you? You have taken so much trouble to come and awaken us at this hour, while in your own hand you have a lighted lantern. What man wants is already within him, but he still wanders here and there searching for it. Live in the world, but be not worldly. As the saying goes, make the frog dance before the snake, but let not the snake swallow the frog. A boat may be in water, but water should not be in the boat. An aspirant may live in the world, but the world should not live within him.